Welcome, everybody. We are here to discuss and cover and learn all about one of my favorite topics in the business realm. And really, it's in the energetic, in the spiritual business realm, which is my medicine. And this is what I bring to the world. You'll hear about more of that later. But we are here today to talk about connecting to the spirit of your business. And when I first kicked this off, oh, someone just said it's 11 a.m. Yes, it is. I love it. A lot of you that are coming to this call have never heard about this. And this is what I am here to put on the map. This is what I'm here to deliver. This is part of my soul purpose, right? And I'll explain to you how I arrived here and how this came to me. But it's time for me to share it on a bigger level. I have a business school that I run for women. They get it, right? But I didn't want it to live behind a paywall anymore. I was like, I really need to get this out more. So I shared it with a beautiful group that I'm in on Facebook. And the response was beautiful and it was overwhelming. So I'd like to make this a regular thing. So let me know at the end of this is something you'd like to come to on a regular basis. Because when women come together, a lot of powerful energy is moved. A lot of magic comes up, and I weave groups of women together. It's also part of my purpose. So I am a soul purpose guide and a business coach. I'll explain a little bit of that later as I, give you an idea of my background. Like, how the hell did I get to this? How did this come up? Where did this come up? Tell me more. It's coming. Don't you worry. But for now, let's get into some sacred space together. Before we hit record, I invited all of the women live in this container to come into ceremony. And when we come into ceremony, we're letting the energy around us know, we're letting the earth below us know, and the sky above us. We are doing something special here. We are doing something sacred here. And I decided to light a beautiful new sage bundle I received from a botanical creatrix, an expert in Providence. I was at a holiday market supporting women in small business and big business, but you know what I mean. And some women, I said, go get a cup of tea, go get a hot cup of tea, or go get into a quiet, uninterrupted space in your house if you can. And listen, if you're listening to this on the way to work, go you. You do that, all right? I love it when people work and they've got that sneaky ear pod behind their hair, in their ear. Girl, you do you. You do what you need to do here, all right? But if you are in a space where you can make it a bit more sacred, a bit more special, and letting your cells know you're doing something special right now, I invite you to do that. All right. I am so glad you are here. A bunch of you just typed in where you're coming from. We have people from Massachusetts to Costa Rica chiming in for this call. So I am so thankful that you heard the call, and really your business wants you here. I'm just going to let you know that right now. If you heard this call and you felt this was the spirit of your business going ding, 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 please. Oh my God, let's do this. Let's make this happen. All right. So whether you know me or not, whether you're brand new to my world, I want to start by this. This is not a typical class. All right. This is something much deeper. And I hope you can feel that already. This is much more intuitive. And honestly, this is something you've probably never been taught in business before. Your business brought you here today on purpose and for a reason. If you've got a journal, write that part down. I am here on purpose. I am here for a reason, and my business brought me here today. Your work is needed on the planet, ladies. We need you. There are problems in the marketplace, and your offers, your creation, your business is the solution to that. Now, that's just business boiled down, but I want you to understand just how deeply your work is needed. These are not saturated markets, right? These are not, everyone's doing it already. Why should I do it? You, your residents, your earth classrooms, your life path, your experiences, the tone of your voice, that's why. The energy you carry into a room, that's why. And we're going to go there deeper with your business, with the spirit of your business today. So my work blends the strategic with the energetic. I blend soul with structure, intuition with practicality. And today you're going to experience one of the core pillars of my work, something I've been teaching women for years. I've had hundreds of women learn this. I'm writing a book right now. It's with an editor right now, and it's a big part of the book. It's in my school. It's in when I run courses or I'm on stages and live events. I bring this up. I bring this up because more people need to know about it. So today is going to help you do that. All right. By the end of the call, you will have connected with the spirit of your business. And yes, your business has a spirit. Your ideas have a spirit. And this is just the beginning. So I want you to just take a moment and let yourself land here. Light that incense, take a sip of that tea, grab your notebook. If you're coming from a busy morning, I just want you to breathe and arrive here. Why don't we all kick up our breath and really turn on our breath? I have a yoga and bodywork background too, so the breath is absolutely connected with this process, ladies. And when we breathe deeper, we actually make more space. There's more space for the spirit of your business to land in, for your soul purpose to land in. So I'd love for you all to take a deep breath right now and see how far you can stretch that in your body. If you're multitasking or it's been a crazy busy morning, just bring your energy into this moment. Today is about clarity, connection, and collaboration with each other and with the living energy behind your business. So I invite you to keep breathing deeply while I share my story quickly with you and how I arrived here. So let me tell you where this all came from. I'm about to be 40 in a few days, Christmas Eve, baby, turning 40. And it is wild to look back and say, I've been in the business world for 25 years now. I started young. In my book, I explain how I was an entrepreneur by 7, but we ain't got that much time today, ladies. LOL. We ain't got that. Just get the book when it comes out. I'll let you know. I started young though, working. And about for 7 or 8 years in my teens and 20s, I was working for small businesses. I hopped right in on getting jobs at salons and gyms and restaurants and cafe. I was motivated by money and really, I'm a Capricorn. I was motivated by work. I was motivated by experience. And I'm not a sit around person. So I got a job as quick as I could, legally as I could, and got on the books and learned and had business mentors in small businesses. I was learning how real business works, right? Before I even became an entrepreneur years later. Then I kicked off my corporate career in sales, baby. Lululemon, Equinox, Columbus Circle, had my own office right outside Central Park. It was amazing. And yes, I'm aging myself here. I worked at Rosetta Stone all those years ago. I lived and worked from New York City to Las Vegas. I've traveled to 20 countries and eventually made my way back to Rhode Island, which my soul is just called to. I'm from Boston, though. I'm from JP. All right. So I've got my Boston roots, but I'm obsessed with Rhode Island and we are here. When I returned here, I was fully immersed in my yoga and bodywork career after leaving corporate and healing myself through those practices after crazy corporate life, party life more so. And shortly after, my husband and I opened our gym, our own brick and mortar business. This year, we crossed our 10-year threshold. We are thriving, we are growing, we're expanding. Running your own business and brick and mortar business is no joke. All right. And it's a real cornerstone of our life and work. After I left the yoga industry, I went into running and leading women's mystery schools and women's gathering and helping women step into sovereignty and power and the mystery and the magic we bring here. I was also writing for Lunar Astrology and being published in the Numinous, run by Ruby Warrington, if anyone remembers that a long time ago. Got my writing career kicked off really big in that time. And then in that, I've always helped people with soul purpose and people would not stop asking me about their soul purpose or about the business. So eventually it just shifted towards business and I really focused on that. Thank God I had these 25 years of business behind my belt, right? And now I'm in the process of publishing a business book. It is a blend of spirituality and strategy. And it is literally, I just signed up with a self-publishing boutique this week. I am so proud of myself. I am in uncharted territory. This is new for me. So I'm diving into this, and this section of what I'm teaching you today is a big part of the book. So I share all this because I'm going to teach you one of the most powerful tools I have ever channeled. And I mean channeled. I didn't invent this. This is not quote unquote mine. It came through me, and it has supported hundreds of women I've taught over the years. And I'm excited to deliver it to you today. This awareness chose me to bring this to the masses and to bring this to even the small circle of women I have around me year in and year out, right? So for years, I was doing something that so many women do in business, trying to push my business forward alone, strategizing, forcing, planning, carrying everything on my back, dealing with the anxiety, dealing with the overwhelm. I know I'm speaking to the choir here, right? Trying to make things work, hopping on trends, seeing what other people are doing. What's new this year? What's not working any year? Where are we heading in 2026? All this stuff. It's a lot. And then something started to shift for me. Alongside all of the business experience I have, I am deeply immersed in spirituality and mysticism since I was a child. I'm a seer and I'm a mystic, and I knew it right as I was a child before it got packed away inside of me and pushed down. Currently, I'm a practicing druid, and this is a spirituality rooted in ancient form, right? It's a Celtic spirituality, and it dates back over to 30,000 years old. It's the first peoples of Celtic tribes. This is what they were practicing, a more geocentric, relational connection to the planet and spirituality. So my life has been intertwined with the earth and feminine mysticism and sovereignty and spiritual power. I loved learning about world religions and spiritualities and studied it for years. So while I was managing corporate jobs and building businesses for people and ourselves, I was simultaneously building an inner world, a spiritual foundation. And naturally, these two worlds started to blend. I began teaching feminine aspects of business long before it was common, baby. I taught women how to build their businesses organically before it was even a buzzword. I was teaching women how to run their businesses on the wheel of the year, seasonally and cyclically, to work with your business, not against it. And eventually, another truth started to reveal itself. Our businesses and our ideas, they are not technically ours because they have their own energy. They have their own consciousness. They have their own blueprint. They are their own entity. They are alive. They are not ours in the way we've been taught. They want to work with us, co-create with us, help us, and guide us. And that's exactly what we're going to dive into right now. Let me read a comment. I see some things over here. My biz name comes from Druidry. Stephanie, we have got to talk. Oh my God. Vanessa said, Cranston, I think I met you and your sweet kiddos through Buy Nothing. Vanessa! I just came to your house. This is great. Look at us. Oh my God. Hello. This is hilarious. My kids love your little kitchen set. Thank you. Let me see. We've got people writing in here. Strategic. Yes. Love and appreciate your creation. Oh my God. This makes me so happy you guys are on here. Okay, let's keep going so I can give you more of the meat of this, all right? So around 2018, 2019, I started to realize that my business wasn't an object. And that's how we think about our businesses, these kind of like dead, inanimate objects, right? And it's a to-do list, or it's a brand, and it's a logo. There's nothing wrong with brand and logo. But that's like as far as people would go with it being alive. Do you get what I'm saying? And I came in and started to realize this was a living, breathing, energetic being. It had purpose. It has its own personality. It has ideas that want to be expressed, that want to be made on the planet. It has a destiny of its own. Please write that down and underline it 3 times. Your business has a destiny on its own. And the wildest part of this whole idea is that it's chosen you to partner with it to bring it to life. I'll say that again. It's chosen you to bring it to life. I want you to hold your hand on your heart and just repeat to yourself, my business chose me. My business chose me. My business chose me because I am the best available human being on the planet to bring it to life. It chose you out of 8 billion people. Why? We're going to get there. All right? This wasn't, metaphorical when I started to do this. This wasn't like cute language, cute spiritual language. This was a felt experience. My business literally had a consciousness, a wisdom, a blueprint, and I had to share it with people. But I'm a little scientist too, so I had to test it on my own for a few years before I really wanted to come out with this. And when I started to treat it this way, everything shifted. My clarity shifted. I was no longer looking externally what everyone else was doing. I started to really tune in and connect with the spirit of my business. So I didn't have to go run around and chase trends and see what was working, right? My direction changed. My creativity strengthened. My decisions became very strong. It wasn't wishy-washy land anymore. It was solid. My launches changed. They picked up. They went very smooth. They went very fast and clear, and I started to make more money. So even if you want to write that down right now, I started to make more money when I was connecting to the spirit of my business. It's not about that for me or you, I'm sure, but we all we're here to make money. Okay. Okay. And money has its own spirit and consciousness too, but that's another call. That's another call. So everything opened up in this moment. And since then, I've been helping women connect to the spirit of their businesses too, because you're not meant to build this alone. Please know that. You are not meant to build this alone. You are in collaboration with something powerful, intelligent. It is intelligent and deeply aligned with your soul's purpose. So let's get into what the spirit of your business actually is. Let's break this down. Here's what I mean. First, number 1, please write this down. Your business is a living, energetic being. In Druidry and Celtic spirituality, we believe in animism, which basically is saying everything has a spirit. That rock has energy. It has a spirit. It's been here for a long time. People don't think rocks are anything. They think they're pointless, right? Oh, what that rock has seen. What that rock has seen, what that rock has been through. And I'm thinking of a big stone, right? I want you to think of a big stone, maybe one outside your house. I have a beautiful one sticking out in the ground. It's so big. We'd have to have a bulldozer. I'm like, no, I love this stone. You don't touch the stone. I need to learn from this stone. I live a block from the sea as well. I'm right on the ocean. The ocean has a spirit. And not only the grand big ocean taking up 70% of the planet, right? I live on the bay, right? The bay that I connect with has its own spirit, its own essence. Very different from Mama Ocean that we have in South County, big, huge beaches and big, huge waves, different energy. Very different from a pond. You get what I'm saying? The tree in Druidry, we really the trees, our elders, our ancestors, our wise ones, right? We learn from the tree. Druid translates to the seer of the tree, right? The one who speaks with the trees. You can learn from the trees, right? So I was learning this anyway, and then was like, well, if that's true for that, why wouldn't this be true for my business? So I started to explore. And what I found is that your business and the ideas, I want to keep bringing this up too, because they're different. The ideas you have their own frequency. They have their own energetic blueprint. They have a personality, a mission, a soul level purpose. It's not just your logo, your LLC, right? Your business is alive. Two, let's break down, what do I mean by consciousness and energetic blueprint? If I'm using some fluffy words for you, let's break this down. Here's what this means. Your business knows. Your business knows. One, it knows who it's here to help. Please write that down. Who it's here to help. It knows the timing of its creations. Oh my God, how helpful is that? How many people sit and squander and are like, when am I going to do this? When is it going to happen? Oh, when I do, I'm going to do it next year. It's like, stop. This is really learning how to do this is going to calm down your brain. It's going to calm down your anxiety, and it's going to calm down the fear voice running and operating your business, right? It knows the timing. Even when you don't, like you think you know the timing, and then it comes in and it's like, yeah, no. It knows the message that it resonates, the message it's here to provide, and that's what will pick up your dream clients and attract them to you. Does that make sense? It knows the message that needs to be spread like a beacon so that it can attract the perfect people to your work. It knows what needs to be built. Remember, we're coming back to this being an intelligence. It knows what it needs to be, knows what needs to be built, what you need to make, what you need to work on. It knows what needs to be released, what needs to be let go. And it understands the big picture direction that you can't yet see. We can try to tap in there. Believe me, I help my clients go 10 years into the future, get a snapshot of that, come back, and then we strategize and plan forward what we can do this year to get there. That's a fun thing. I call it soul mapping, right? But it understands a bigger picture in ways that our human brains really can't like pick up. It's like your business is holding the entire map. And you're holding on to one current, right? You're on your path. I want you to think of your business holding the entire map, and you're the little figure on the path in the map, right? Part three, like the third thing I want you to understand right now is it chose you, capital letters. It chose you. This part always gets people. The spirit of your business chose you because of your lived experiences, your gifts, your wounds, underline that one, your wounds. I love to tell my clients that your wounds are intricately involved with your gifts. It is part of your Earth classrooms. I teach Earth classrooms and other calls, but know that this is connected. Everything you've experienced boils down to your purpose. It also has come to you because of your personality. Who needs to hear that today? It's come to you because of your personality. It's chosen you on purpose. And your path, your soul path. This chooses you for that. This is reminding me of spirit babies. Annika, am I saying that right? No. Anilka, I think is how that's said. I love that you bring that up. I have another book that's half written. I am writing a book for those who are having trouble conceiving their star children. I had 6 losses before we had our first baby. And within that, my channel opened up even more and I started channeling star children for people. So I wrote a book about it. So yes, in the same way that not just star children, all children, all children. I know this might bump up against some people's beliefs, but I feel like if you're on a call here with me, that's called the spirit of your business. You're like, okay, to go there. Children choose their parents. The spirit and the soul comes into the parents that need them the most, that are going to help them grow in this lifetime on a soul level. That's what I believe, right? And yes, see how similar it is. And I think these two examples, thank you for bringing up, Anilka, is that, wow, like we are spiritual beings. We are spiritual beings on the planet, and things are constantly trying to work with us because of how special we are. And I think a lot of women are stuck in like, oh, me, like my little business, oh, look her, she's so successful. And should I really get this business out? Does anyone really want to pay for me? Pay me for this? And it's like, yeah. And you know what's the crazy part about that is they are literally waiting for you to put it out there. They are praying. They are requesting, they are needing something, and they are praying for the perfect match. They don't know that. They are praying for the answer to their prayers. And it's you. And we're caught up on, should I make a reel or not? We're caught up on, oh, I don't like sending newsletters. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. And this is why I do what I do. This is why I've formed that. Sharon said, LOL, that's funny. It is. We're caught up. Think about it. What are you caught up on today in your business? What's your hang up this week? And then I've now just blown the freaking gates open for you. Said, you are here on purpose. Your life is here on purpose. You are needed. Your medicine, your magic, your message, it's all needed. And now you've got a co-creator. Now you've got something with the answers, with the map, with the intuition, with the guidance, with the knowledge. And now you get to be in co-creation. So when I say, right, this actually leads right into my next point. This is perfect. Let me finish this one though. The spirit of your business chose you because of all those things, right? You are not here randomly. You're the exact channel needed to bring this work forward. Write that down. I am the exact channel needed to bring this work forward. Can you see, even just by getting to know me in the few minutes we've been here together, that my sales corporate background, my small business background, and being an entrepreneur and having a brick and mortar business was like perfect for me as someone who's like a spiritual mystic to bring this idea forward. It's perfect. I am perfect for this. I could talk about this for hours. This is why I have notes. Guys, I've got a mastermind call. I lead a mastermind every Tuesday at 1. I had to have some freaking notes today. Oh, Francesca said, I am the exact channel needed to bring this work forward. Yes. Yes. Okay, so 4, this goes right into the next step. You are co-creating. Amen. Hallelujah. Blessed be. Aho. You are not alone in this. Who needs to hear that today? I am not alone in this. I am not going crazy. Your friends and your family sometimes are the worst people to bring this stuff to. Don't tell them this part. They'll think you're nuts. LOL. Right? Our loved ones want to protect us. They want to save us. They want to keep us safe. They don't want you to leave your comfy job and your 401ks and your retirements. Uncle Bob with his business he ran for a shop for 6 months in 1972, giving you a thesis on why your business isn't going to work. Who's been there, right? So no, you actually have a partner here. You actually have a partner. Once you realize this, business stops feeling heavy. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. You can listen. You can collaborate. I have my clients set up a meeting on Mondays with the spirit of their business. Carve time in your schedule. You can do it whatever. Maybe Sunday is the day for you before the week starts. Maybe it's Friday. You choose. Right now, before we even get into connecting with it, I do want you to write that down because I don't know if I'll remember to bring it up again. Choose a time a week where you're going to connect to the spirit of your business. You will now know how to do it after this call. Carve it in. Have a meeting. Have a business meeting. This is your team. You get to collaborate. You get to partner with the wisdom of the business itself. This is why when something feels off, it's not self-doubt. It's really your business saying, like, this isn't aligned. We're not going there. And that's what you're going to play with as you start to do this, right? It's going to be like your brain's telling you one thing, and then social media is telling you another thing, and maybe a business group is telling you this thing, and then this is a place for you to arrive and just come back to yourself and settle in like what's right for you in your business. When something feels exciting and expansive and you feel it in your body and you feel bigger in that moment, in that expansion, that's your business saying, yeah, this is it. Let's go. This is the energetic blueprint you've never been taught to access. So a real quick behind the scenes of how this has shown up in any of my clients. I have a few of my clients on here that have been doing this with me for years. I want to pull back the curtain for a moment too and show you exactly how this has shown up behind the scenes. I honestly could give you like a million, like I could write a book its own on this topic, and maybe that's down the road. But this is how I started to, like in 2018, 2019, I really just started to work with this. And I was just asking it actually on a daily basis. I just gave you the homework to do this once a week. I was so eager about this because I feel like I had tapped into gold that I started to just connect with it every day. Right? I would connect with it and say, what is the best next step for me today? And sometimes it would be like, reach out to that woman, write that newsletter. Sometimes it would be like, rest. You're doing nothing today. Sometimes it would be like, pull out the taxes you haven't worked on. So it's not just gonna be like fluffy, flowy answers every day. It's gonna be some hard medicine. It's gonna be some big truths. And it's your choice to work with it or not. Right? But then I just started to really flow with it. This is when I created, right now I have Daydream Business School for Women. And I have 17 courses in there and 170 business classes in there as of right now in December of 2025. And every single one of those classes, recordings, and courses was me working with the spirit of my business, right? When I built another course called the Idea Incubator, I'm bringing that up specifically because that entire course talks about this specific idea. Not only does the spirit of your business have its own energy, right? Your business has its own energy, the idea is coming to you. And the Idea Incubator goes there. That will be another book too. It's a manual, right? It's the idea that the ideas coming to you and through you are not yours. You didn't come up with it. And I know that's going to trigger some people because they think, oh, I have the best ideas. These are my ideas. They're not. You're an open channel. We're channels on the planet. We're vertical beings with energy running up and down. We have toroidal fields. There are manifestation currents and liberation currents that work through our body. Babe, it came to you. It wants to work through you and it has chosen you to birth it. These are not your ideas. You're a match for the idea. A good example of this is the sticky note. Whoever came out with the sticky note the first time, there were people around the world who say that they stole my idea. No, they didn't. There was no that idea was in your notebook and it sat in your notebook for a while. What was happening was the sticky note needed to be invented. So we're getting like very nitty-gritty detailed here. The consciousness was needed for something that wasn't staples or magnets and clips. The sticky note wanted to be invented because it had a purpose to help people with putting things up, remembering things, ideas, placing things, notes, like whatever. And someone followed through with it. Someone did it. And a bunch of people came out of the woodwork and said, he stole my idea. He actually followed through with the idea. So your ideas will find the right people who will actually birth them. And in the Idea Incubator, I teach you how to have a ceremony with the ideas that have come through you so that you can actually, come back to them and let them know, like, I am going to make you. And you can also let them go. But in the Idea Incubator, I run you through the manifestation current. Most ideas drop in for people and they stay in the head. They think about it, they think about it, they think about it. Maybe it comes down into the mouth and they talk about it. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to get a certification. I'm going to, and people just talk and they get stuck here. Because the next space it needs to go is the heart. And that's when you feel the impact of the idea on the planet. And that's what most people can't handle. And then if you're gonna do it, take it down into your guts and you get the willpower to do it. And you build the guts and the strength and the energy and the ego to make the thing happen. And then you bring it down deeper in your body and you gestate it and you build it and you work on it and you create it. And then you bring it down through the root and you birth it onto the planet. And that idea is then now alive on the planet. That's what the Idea Incubator is about. If you're someone who gets stuck here, right at the throat, that course is for you. It's phenomenal. The opposite of that, the sister system I created there, is to use the liberation current it's called the Embodied Entrepreneur. And I help women walk through the top blocks that women face in business to heal on a cellular level, to rewrite the record in your central nervous system through that block and heal so you can actually step deeper onto your path, run this business and make money and make the impact it's here to make, right? Those two systems I did not create. They came to me. They said, she's going to do something about it. Not only are both of those courses available, they're in my business school. I ran them with live audiences, and now they will be turned into books. They are both talked about in the book that's in publication right now. I fucking did something with it. And I'm sorry to swear. I love to swear, actually. And I'm trying to be a good girl on this call. Right? But I actually did something with them, and that's why they came to me. So the reason why I'm saying all of this is because the more you actually follow through with connecting to the spirit of your business, the more you actually follow through with the ideas, the more you get. the universe and Mama Earth and Gaia start saying like, oh yeah, look, she's actually going to do something with it. She has given us evidence that she will follow through with this. Let's go to her with it, right? So with my books, with all the new offers I was creating, with clients, with even identifying this really helped me become authentically me, figuring out who I am, like connecting to the spirit of my business and the ideas that come through me. It really helped me realize like, who am I? Who do I want to work with? Who needs to sit down and really get clear about that? We think we know who we want to work with now. Like, who are you authentically? Who how do you want to show up? And I know that's elusive, and a lot of people say, like, who are you in authenticity? And a lot of people talk about that. I'll give you really clear examples, and I want you to think of your clear examples here, right? Like, I like to hit record and go and talk and connect with women. I have notes to keep me on track for most of the times, but in my mastermind call, no, that's not happening later. We're letting women rip. On Fridays, I have a strategy and support call for all of the women in my business school every Friday, right? No, we're letting that rip. For most of my classes, I let it rip. For me, sometimes having too professional work to squeeze through doesn't work. It changes up the frequency, it changes up the resonance, and it doesn't land the way I want to, right? In the beginning of every one of my calls, I do a riff. I just call it a riff. I talk about whatever is alive in me, whether it's a book I'm reading, a smutty book I'm reading, LOL, we talk about that, or it's a death of the family I just had, or the chaos of my home, or the creativity, or the publish it. Like, I just let it rip. And that's what warms the whole group up. And then we all talk versus like me coming in and, being all rigid maybe, or trying to be professional and like everyone taking a while to warm up. No, I come in with my energy, with this dragon energy, with this power. And it warms the whole crew up, and then I pass the mic. Those are things that are authentic to me, and I hope this is triggering some ideas of what's authentic to you. Right? So every single one of those decisions and getting to know myself and becoming authentically me came from listening to this consciousness of my business, the consciousness of something that wants to succeed, wants me to succeed, wants this to work out. Not to mention when I think something is going one way and it redirects me to something entirely different. For example, I moved into this house. We just moved into our dream home. It's a Victorian home. 1900 is when it was built. It's a block from the ocean. Like, just dream. White picket fence, white chairs, like white rocking chairs outside. Just an absolute dream. And we moved in, we settled, got sick for 3 weeks. I've got 2 toddlers, I run 2 businesses, and I homeschool 2 children. And we got sick for 3 weeks, came out of that, and I put my altars together. If you see back there, they're very small back there. You can't see them. It's bigger, but you can't see really. I have an altar for Mother Mary. She's a guide of mine and has been since I was a child. And then under it, I have an altar for Daydream Business School. I invite you to make altars and sacred spaces for your business, okay? Because it's a physical representation on the planet of the dream you're bringing to life, right? So I prayed to it, and I could feel another wave of women wanting to come into the work. And I was like, I am open and ready to receive, like, let me know the next best step. And I have a good idea for something. I'm working with small business women behind the scenes, women who help women in business. It's a collaborative effort. It's a free offer and it's really good. But I thought that was going to be what I am working on this winter. And 4 days after I said that prayer at the altar, I kept hearing, pick up the book, work on the book again. And I was like, what? Like, I don't have the time or energy for this right now. What do you mean? Look, I'm on a 4th draft of the manuscript, right? I've been writing it since 2023. I ran a live audience. I got paid to write the book. I got paid $5,000 to write the first draft. Second draft was to put it into an ebook, used it as a lead magnet. Had over 80 people sign up for it right away. Absolutely powerful. And then ran it through another round of edits and couldn't look at it anymore. So it's been like a year since I picked that book up. And my book, and then moved into this house. And I always said, when I have a house and it's near the ocean, I'm just going to publish books. I'm just going to write and publish books the whole time. Within days of me saying that for years and moving into this house, getting sick, clearing out the old energy, welcoming the new, and saying the prayer and connecting to the spirit of my business, it was whispering to me the next answer. But I did not believe It was it. Like, I was like, I didn't want to hear it. Like, how many of you are actually being guided by your business and you don't want to hear it? You don't want to hear it. Sharon said, how does one get paid to write a book draft? Wow, another adventure story for another day. I actually just recorded a podcast episode explaining the whole thing. So I'll make sure when that comes up, or just follow me on social medias so you can see when that comes up, and you can, it's like 45 minutes and I give you start to finish exactly what to do to get paid to write your draft. Okay. Because so many people ask me that. They're like, how? And I'm like, I can't, I'm just making a podcast episode for everyone. The podcast is called Launch Your Light if you want to go find it right now. But the episode's not up yet. So it's not up yet. So I eventually, after like 5 days of hearing my spirit of the business just being like, work on the book, I was like, okay, this is insane. I can't. Like the holidays are here. So yeah, like, okay, fucking okay. And I did, and was just flooded with energy. And it started to go very quickly. The stories fell out of me. I started piecing it together, did another thing, and then I knew of a small a self-publishing boutique. And hold on, she said, sounded like Launch Your Light. Yep, Launch Your Light is the name of the podcast, and it's the name of the book, actually. Um, and there'll be like a course with it, a companion course, and all sorts of things. So stay tuned, it's coming. So it just started to flow. That fourth draft really started to flow, and I thought in my head I had like months and months of work ahead of me, and I don't. I really don't. It was the right time. The business knows better than me. It knows when it needs to get published. I signed up with a self-publishing boutique is what they're called. So it's in between trad publishing, traditional publishing, and just like DIY on Amazon. I wanted more support that, but I wanted the creative rights to it. So I'm not trad publishing. And I got that. And now I have an editor, and I got to talk to an editor for 80 minutes about this. And she just like breathed life back into me about how big the book is. Like, we're going big with this. You know, it's going to be Barnes and Noble. It's going to be Amazon. It's going to be out in other bookstores. We're gonna have a big launch for it. And I was like, this was like, literally, this is happening the week before I do this class live. It's perfect. It's fucking perfect. Now, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy. I did say that is flowing for me. She's like, oh no, you have 6 months. Like we've got like a 6-month publishing journey here. Maybe it will go quicker. Maybe it will go smoother. She's seeing how far ahead I actually am in the journey. But life is not easy. Just because I'm sharing this with you now, it doesn't make life even easier. It doesn't make running your business like a fluffy unicorn paradise land. I love unicorns. I'm Irish and Scottish. I fucking love unicorns, right? But most of us are here because we've been through some deep stuff. We've experienced some shit, y'all, right? And the medicine we have created in our soul is what needs to come. All right, so let's continue. Before I create anything, I check in. Does the business want this? Do I want this? Is this aligned? Is the timing right? What does it need from me? That's how I run a multi-layered business with ease. This is how I stay inspired. This is how I now avoid burnout. I did experience burnout and almost crashed and burned my entire business into the ground after having regular $30,000 to $50,000 launch periods for my Tracking North Mastermind and my work. I used to run an event called Launch Your Light, 5-day experience, and I almost threw the whole thing away because I was not connecting to the spirit of my business. And looping back around to what Anilka said, when I ended all that and ended the mastermind and ended those big, people were like, why would you throw away such a great business? Why would you throw away right? I actually was preparing to conceive my son, and the earth opened up for me and let me know, hey, no, he's coming in. You're not going to be able to hold both of these things at once. You need to choose. And I chose my son. And then he came in and said, bitch, let's get to work. And that's when he was like, we're channeling for all of these people who are having trouble conceiving, and we're writing a book about it. Let's fucking go. And he was conceived on not the day he was conceived, but I felt the implementation. I really feel deeply when I'm with spirit, when I'm a medium and psychic and seer. So I know when spirit comes into my body. And I was having a attunement done, and it was 2/22/22. 2/22/2022 is the day his spirit landed into my womb, and I felt the implantation. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking happening. And then he was born on 1/1/1222 at 1221, and he was 21 inches and a half long. Imagine seeing that all written out. I was like, wow, you can't choose this shit, man. They choose it for themselves. Same thing for your business. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, let's go into the guided experience. Everyone's probably like, shut up and teach me how to do this, lady. Let's all take a sip break. I need a sip break. I got my LMNTs and my electrolytes. Anyone else into the salty electrolytes and sodium, potassium, magnesium added to your water? Oh, helps when you're channeling, guys. Helps when you're meditating. Helps when you're moving and breathing a lot and moving things through your cells. Okay. Who's ready, baby? Let us do this. All right, let's drop in. I'm going to light a little bit of sage. If you want to light a little something, go for it. If you want to light just a candle, go for it. Let's come back to the breath. You may not have taken a deep breath since I asked you to just about an hour ago. All right. I think my internet just went a little wobbly there, but I'm back. Okay. So let's deepen a breath. And we're going to allow your awareness to move gently to the center of your chest, right into your heart space. Can you deepen your breath into your heart space right now? I want you to feel that anchor. I want you to feel the presence of your heart and how your heart feels after hearing me talk about this for a little bit. How does your heart feel now? The difference between how you feel now and how you came to this call. So we're going to drop into the body now. You can close your eyes. Maybe you want to lay down. That's fine. Maybe you want to sit in a cross-legged position. Maybe you want your feet firmly on the ground. You choose. We're going to bring our awareness down from the heart, through the body, and into our lower realms of our body and into our feet. So you're just deepening your breath and your breathing and shifting your mind's eye from your heart, down your belly, down your torso, through the hips, through the thighs, the knees, the shins, the feet. And I want you to imagine right beneath your feet is what I call the earth gate. And your earth gate is a personal gateway that connects you directly to Mama Earth. No one else can open this gate but you. So I want you to go ahead and open it now. I always love to ask them, well, what does the gate look like though? Is it iron and old and antique? Is it made of seashells and underwater ocean elements? Is it made of all greenery and floral vibes? What does your personal earth gate to Mama Earth look like? Visualize it now. And then find a handle or a rope or a way to open it up. Your feet are right there. Your body is right there. You're standing on it and you are held. You may feel a rush, a flood of gentle or supportive or nourishing energy. You may feel grounding energy rising up to meet you. You may feel the power of Mama Earth come to meet you. Let yourself connect with the earth. Maybe you feel yourself rooting into her, or maybe you sense a connection to the crystalline core at the center of the planet. Whatever shows up is perfect. I'm going to give you a moment to just be with you and your connection to Mama Earth now. Now I want you to gently draw up that earth energy into your body. So now you're pulling it back on up, pulling it up through the legs and the shins and the thighs and the pelvis and the low back and the belly, and weave it right through your heart. You can connect with Mother Earth like this every day if you want. You need support, you need some nourishment, you need grounding, go get in meditation, open up your earth gate and sit with her. You can give her all. You can give her your woes. You can give her your complaints. You can give her your tears. She knows what to do with it. She turns it into compost. We need to lean on her. If you have a mission on planet Earth right now, you have an Earth mission. Your sole purpose is an Earth mission. We need to be connecting with her. Gaia, Pachamama, whatever it is you feel you call her. You are her child. She has chosen you. Another energy, another entity that has chosen you and said, I need her. Now, please. Now we're going to rise up from here. We're going to rise up from the heart. We're going to travel upward and we're going to go up into the higher realms of the body, right? Moving up through the torso and the chest and the arms and the fingertips and reaching them up through the throat, opening that up through the jaw, the mouth, the top of the mouth, up through the nasal cavity, up into the third eye, and out through the crown of your head. I want you to start to notice now some energy above your head. This is where your soul star chakra lives, different from the earth star chakra we just opened up. Your soul star is where your higher blueprint resides for your soul, your purpose, the connection to the divine, your connection to God, source, whatever you call it. Most of us here we believe in something bigger than us. That's all it is, something bigger than us, right? But today, we're not going to work with all of that right now. But in this upper field, I want you to be sensing for something very specific, the spirit of your business. You may feel this a few inches above your head. I like to imagine a light switch going on, turning on. This is the light of your business signaling to you. You might not see a light or feel a light, but you may feel an energetic stop or a pulse, a tug, a pull, a shift, or a simple, subtle awareness. Whatever you feel, that's it. Let yourself connect with that now. I'm going to give you a moment to do this. When you're ready, I want you to gently draw that energy of that connection down into the body and weave it into the heart once again. We're going to go for deeper connection here, but what you're doing is merging and blending the earth energy with the spirit energy. So now from here, let's go deeper with it. You have two pathways, and I want you to choose which one feels natural. Option one is to stay with the energy above your head. You can stay connected to that energetic field above your crown and simply continue sensing the spirit of your business. It's frequency, it's light, it's communication. Like if you really connected there and you were like, whoa, I have never felt this before. I feel a lot of energy above here. Like, wow, I feel golden light coming down on me. I feel like I just want to come into the space. I want to connect. Like I do feel something. Then stay there. But the other option is to personify the spirit of your business, right? If you prefer a more visual connection, you can invite the spirit of your business to join into a safe and familiar space. This is what I suggest. Maybe you picture yourself sitting down for a cup of tea in a quiet room. Call her in. Maybe you feel that you're walking side by side on a forest path. Do it that way then. Or maybe you're meeting in a cozy, sacred space that feels nourishing to you. Regardless, you are not letting any other energy in. The space is protected. It's quiet. It's just you and the spirit of your business. So choose which pathway you're going to do now. I want you to let your business start to show you its vibe, its energy, its colors, its textures, its emotions. What does it feel like? What sensations arise? What is it starting to reveal to you simply through presence? Take in as much information as you can. Let the impressions flow without forcing anything. We're going to prepare for dialogue with the spirit of your business. In just a moment, we're going to ask your business a few questions. But for now, I want you to simply receive. Drink it up. Take it all in. Feel. Notice. Listen. Everything you're sensing right now is a valid communion and communication from the spirit of your business. All right, we're going to feel into the energy a little bit deeper here. What does your business feel like? Meaning, does it feel warm or fiery? Soft or electric? Does it feel expansive? Does it feel grounded? Playful? Focused? Serious? Let the energy show you. What's the identity of the business? If your business had a personality, what would it be like? Is it tender and warm-hearted? Is it eccentric and loud and crazy and fun? Is it playful and childish and silly? Is it dark and ominous and serious? If it had a voice, how would it sound? If it had a color or texture, what would it be? Where in your body are you starting to feel this? Now we're going to go deeper here and ask our business some questions. First question, what do you want me to know right now? What do you want me to know right now? Next question. What's the next step you need me to take? What's the next step you need me to take? Third question. What am I doing that isn't serving you? What am I doing that isn't serving you or the mission? Next. What idea is ready to be born next? What idea is ready to be born next? Next question. Who are we here to serve? Who are we here to serve? You can add in any other question you are dying to ask the spirit of your business. Don't overthink it. Let's let the answers drop in. We've got one final question here to receive some guidance. I love to ask the spirit of my business this. What do you need from me this month or this season? I like to work in seasons. What do you need from me this season? Take a breath and let it land. We're going to start to close up with this ceremonial connection and channeling piece. I want you to thank your business. Thank it. Acknowledge its presence. Acknowledge your partnership. And when you're ready, start to come back into your body. A good way to ground as we start to come back in is go right into your journal right away. So we're going to give it a moment. Dive right into your journal. If you're not a journal person, you can start typing in. I'd love to hear. We'll do some community sharing connection after this. But take your time. I'm just going to sit here quietly and hold the space. Feel free to start typing in if you want to share what came up for you. Would anyone like to share verbally? We don't need to see your face. I have the video pinned on me for um, just protection and keeping things nice and safe in here. Would anyone like to come off mute and share? You don't have to. I know you've just come out of meditation sometimes. That's not the vibe people have. But if anyone would like to verbally share, you can come off mute. And if you would like to just share in the comments, you can do that as well. But I know this is a really personal thing. So you don't have to if you don't want to. I'll just give it a minute to see if anyone types anything in. Yeah, Kathy, please.
Well, first off, Jayme, that was a really incredible, and this whole class is incredible, and I appreciate you so much. I loved that meditation, and
Oh no, did I skip or did she skip? Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay, wait, I'm back.
okay, am I skipping?
Oh, I hear both of you. Okay, no, I hear you, I hear you. Oh, we were both skipping. I don't know, Kathy. I heard you when you were about to start talking. I was like, no, wait, where'd she go? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, go ahead. Go, where do you think you left off?
Did you hear me say that I appreciate you so
Yes.
much? And I was,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
I heard that.
I loved the meditation. I dipped in pretty quick. And I don't know if you want me to frame my business
Go for it.
or just
Go for it.
okay? So my new business that actually did come to me in about 6 months ago, and I know that it's a total collaboration, co-creation, and everything that you've talked about resonates so deeply with me because I know this gift was given to me, and it's all about the non-college blueprint. There's such a blueprint for kids to go to college,
Yeah,
so I'm creating and helping really parents, moms, and teenagers develop a non-college blueprint, kind of a runway or a bridge from high school into their next stage of life.
brilliant.
So I was going into my heart, and it was really strange. I lived in Nantucket for a little while. But I saw one particular house and it was covered in roses. And I asked, like, what am I doing in Nantucket? It was so strange. And it was more about kind of the symbolism of roses. And I was instantly brought to my grandmother's home, which is I know there's a lot of New England people here on the call. So it was in Norwood, Massachusetts. And I was sitting with her drinking really beautiful out of a beautiful teacup.
Wow.
And the symbolism felt like old wisdom,
Mm.
kind of from that Nantucket, that like pillar, that wisdom, that it wasn't ancient, but it was a knowing.
Mm.
And it felt like a way to kind of take all of this energy in my business, in a nervousness, in the newness, and trying to kind of unpack all of it and what it means. And what spirit was showing me is that, like, this is so authentically me, and like you said, just a gift that I was chosen to present. And there's really, I mean, sitting at my grandmother's dining room table, she's been gone for years, and drinking out of a beautiful teacup, it was just like, we can do this.
Uh,
It's okay, and this is good, and it doesn't need to be struggle. So that's a lot of what I got.
yes. Also, can I just say what you're because I know we've talked, you were on my podcast, we've been in touch for like a year, I feel like. And this shift that's happening for you is such perfect example of like out of left field, right? And like
Totally.
it's because it's needed. What you're doing and what you're helping the youth is going to be so needed over the next decade, Kathy.
Mm-hmm.
And you know it, and I know it, and a lot of people know it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Right.
I'm not trying to get into like that whole world with you right now. I'm sure we could just record another podcast episode. So maybe we get you back on the show. But like, this is needed. And now it's chosen you and the path you've taken and how you've raised your children to be the one who's
Yeah.
going to do. And I would say, I'm going to use the word brave for you. I feel like this is a very brave step away from what you were doing. That was brave too. You're a coach, you're a life coach. You work with women, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is
Yeah.
interesting. This is very interesting, but it's needed. So it's looking for pioneers of people on the planet who are going to talk about these topics that a lot of people don't want to hear. But you know who
Thank
needs it? The kids, the children who will be the ones shepherding life on planet Earth in the next decade. So thank you, Kathy. Thank you for listening to the spirit of your business. And thank you for sharing that with us. And I love that your grandmother came in.
Thanks, Jayme.
Okay. We also have, is it Georgine? Am I saying that right?
Hi. Yes, it's Georgine.
Great. I said it right. Getting the
You
name.
did. You did. You did good.
Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Really, that was so amazing. And I'm sorry, I didn't get the girl before her name.
Kathy.
Kathy. That was an amazing message. Just wow, I'm blown away. I got more so I'm a massage therapist and I have been for 26 years now. And when you were talking about how your business chooses you, that resonated so much. because I feel like I was a channel. I would go on these walks and I would just have all these downloads of what was to come or what I'm supposed to create. And I've created a line of sweatshirts. It's my business is called Soul Scent, so it means the light within you, and that came to me too, which is interesting. But the sweatshirts I've designed are to help people, empower people, and also lift them up. But they have mantras and angel numbers on them.
Yes.
So I am like, so another one has come through. So I've got my website, but um, when I was laying there in meditation, I really just felt like so expansive. I felt like, honestly, I felt like I was in the clouds.
Mm.
I saw all these clouds around me, but I just felt a lightness and a brightness. And I hope that's what my business brings to people. I hope
Oh,
that's how they feel. If that
yes.
Yeah. And just, I feel so grateful, like that came through too. I feel so grateful and proud, but also it was telling me to like take risks and to put myself out there and to do the things that are uncomfortable for me to do. And so, yeah, so thank you.
Oh, thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that because you both, this is a perfect example of how different all
Mm.
of our connections are, what we're here to do, the feelings they both have, like just the two shares we had here. Can you feel the difference, right? Between what these women are here to do. Sharon said, so special, Kathy. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, Georgine, I love this for you. And I love that, how you felt the energy and presence. It's like a twofold. Not only
Mm.
that, the energy of the spirit of your business, maybe,
Mhm.
what you said was that's how your customers will feel.
Mm.
Bring that into your marketing now.
I love that. How,
Right.
how do we find more of you?
Yeah. I
How do
will,
I
I'll
find
shift
more
to
of you?
that. Yeah, I'll shift
Okay.
to that right now. But thank you to the two ladies who brilliantly explained how different this can feel. And how supported do you guys feel after that meditation?
Mm.
Right? Now imagine doing this every day. It doesn't need to
Mm.
be this big
Yeah.
bubble that I just brought us through. Quick,
Mhm.
get into space, clear your mind, drop into the heart, connect to Gaia,
Mhm.
come back out. You can do this in 30 seconds. Connect out, feel it. Boom. What do I need to do today? It may say take a nap.
Mm.
It may say go post this reel. I don't know.
Mhm.
I
Mm.
you're just gonna get told. Wait, we
Yeah.
have another person. Sharon, would you like to share too? You can just come off mute.
Okay. Hi, Jayme. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
Sharon. Nice to meet you.
Yes. So, thank you for this time to connect with the spirit of our business. Connecting is one of the things that I do in my business. So, I appreciate this so much. And where you had asked like something you're dying to ask your business, and I think you might have even asked it, but there were so many questions that I might have missed it. So, but the thing I was asking my business was like, where do I go next? Like, where do I go to get the ball rolling or to flow with all these ideas that are, swirling around in my heart with lots of energy?
Mhm.
And the answer was the present moment. That will show
Love
you
that.
everything. And then you said, what do you need from me this season? And
Oh.
you said, take a breath and let it land. And
Mm.
then I heard that it wanted me to be grounded, ground, going inward, knowing what you want in all of this and tune into yourself.
Yes.
And then what I laughed about all this, which is part of the spirit of my business, is playful and fun. Yet it was two things that you said. And part of me was like, is that okay to be two different things? And it was like, of course, it's your business. It's okay to be whatever it is.
Right.
So it's like tender hearted and warm to that playful child within.
Mhm.
And so what was so funny about all these answers was exactly what my business is. It's what I do with people. I teach people to live and be in the present moment
Oh my
and
God.
that being
That's amazing. This is perfect.
Yes, and it's like just having you do like yeah, I mean, I already do live it, but it was just funny to have my the spirit of my business, tell me like I'm going, what do I do? What do you want me to do? And it's like, hello, just do what you're teaching other people. Just be that
Right.
present. Yeah. So
Right.
it's like really grounding even deeper within me what I already know to be true. So it was just kind of funny and powerful at all the same time. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Jayme.
I'm so glad you came on because you're just demonstrating like a whole nother vibe, a whole nother person and energy on the call. And I want to say about when your business said it has these two things, and you said it's tender-hearted and playful. My God, I could cry just thinking about this. Like, what does the world need right now? Some tender hearts, which I call the open heart, right? And some playfulness. Like these are the things we need. And to be
Yeah.
present. And your energy, even by seeing, I can see your face now, but just listening to your voice, I'm like, yes, like that's what I mean by the signature of your voice, guys. Her voice is going to be monumental in getting out what she's here to share with the world. So I would say to you, Sharon, how are we sharing your voice and how are you showing up? Right. And how can that really support you? And then I loved when you said your business is asking you to do what the business is, right? How many of you need to hear that, right? And yours is to be present. And just the energy of like getting present is really profound, right? It lessens the distortion on the planet. So people can feel it when you're in it. And that could be your advertising alone. In my business work in the business school, I like to teach women how to literally release the frequency of their business and do that for their marketing before they go on social media. Because so many women are so caught up with like, I don't want to, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like, right? And it's, we are actually so much more powerful when we release the vibration and the frequency we're here to offer out of us. So anyone hearing this, that you're still on the call, thank you so much. It's being recorded too, so people in the replay, I want you to do that for the next month. Every day, not only connect to the spirit of your business, but then lock in with what that is and then shoot it out of you. Think of yourself being a radio tower or think of yourself being a lighthouse and just release that frequency. This is when people will start to come to you and go, oh my God, I just saw your post on social media, but I feel like I know you. Yes, because my energy reached you before the post did. My
Oh,
frequency, right? So I want you to all play with that before you send a newsletter. Put a prayer behind it. Send the energy out, calling in whatever it is you're calling in. 5 signups for this, a room full of this, my next perfect one-on-one, my next perfect client that wants to meet with me once a month. I'm just throwing it out there. The readers of my book. Like you bet your bottom dollar, I am praying to the hearts and the souls of the people who are here waiting for this book, going, I hate business. Like I have to run a business. I don't want to run a business. I want to do my craft. But none of these business books work for me. I don't like these templates. That coach doesn't work for me. I need someone they don't even know. They're looking for someone who's going to blend spirituality with business. And that's me. This is why I have to get this out. So thank you to the ladies who came on today. You were all amazing and really gave a great example of how different we all are and how unique your businesses are to you and how needed they are. All right. So we're going to wrap up here. I'm just going to share with you a little bit if you want to hear about how to work with me. For those of you that are curious, I've got lots of different options. Invitation to go deeper here with me. Everything you experience today, this is for everyone. Everything you experience today, this is the foundation of the work I do with women. If you felt something open up for you this morning, if you want to build your business in a partnership with your spirit and strategy, because I cover all that too, babes, right? With support, I'm happy to share with you what I offer and how to go deeper with me. You heard most of them. This isn't new to you. You've heard what I do, right? So some women, you'll be called to join Daydream. It's a business school of mine. Again, 17 business courses. You get the idea incubator. You get the embodied entrepreneur. You get, right now, I'm currently filming. I just did week 3 yesterday, Beyond the Blueprint. It's a riff on, when we talk in spirituality, we say beyond the veil and connection. I made it Beyond the Blueprint. So what I did was it's a whole 10-week course that really blends strategy and energy in building the back end and front end of your business. It's fucking brilliant. I'm obsessed with it. 3 weeks are up in the portal for you, and you can watch me live on Mondays, teach the rest. So that's example of the business school. I'm live on Fridays for strategy and support calls. That's when you get Jayme Gray as a coach and in a hot seat. We run the whole school and all of my work on a very feminine schedule. We're on for 3 weeks and then we're off for a week, over and over. 3 weeks on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on, 1 week off. I let you know each week where we're at and what's going, but that lets all the women, we have space from each other. You're not listening to me for a week or taking a class. You get to work on your work for a week, or you get to rest for a week. It's a feminine cycle, and that's a good example of how I weave femininity into business. We don't run on masculine clocks and calendars, babes, not my school. And if you want a smaller container, let me go back to Daydream real quick. So you get me on Fridays, you get access to all the courses and everything. Just access to everything I said, me on Fridays and all the courses and all the classes is only $97 a month. I make it super accessible for women. Just $97 a month. You're, investing enough so that you show up, but it's not breaking the bank. I have courses on how to design a sales page in a day. I have courses on holiday bundling and what to do and selling for that. So I teach you very specific stuff, but I also have in the library with 170 courses, we go into copywriting and storytelling and marketing and advertising. It's all there. If you want to have a call with me to look behind the scenes on what the school looks like, we can do that. We can hop on a Zoom call and I can show you all the different classes, but I have a beautiful page for it as well. And then if you want to go into smaller creations, you're like, I don't need the whole school, but I love the idea of the idea incubator. That's right now, I think the sales page, I still have that as at 97. So you could just buy the idea incubator with me. It's 9 calls, right? It's a workshop series with 9, each of the calls are 90 minutes to 2 hours. It's like what you just saw today, but we're going through the chakras on a downward current to actually make your things come to life. All right. I know where you're going to get stuck. I bring it right up in the call and you get access to that. Or maybe you want to buy the embodied entrepreneur. I think that's another 200, maybe 100 or 200. I'll put the links in to the replay email for you guys. The embodied entrepreneur is specifically going through the blocks we have as women in business, right? They get stuck in our body. That shit is old. It is old. It is ancient. And we need to rewrite the record there. You told yourself a story in a certain situation in your life, and that record has been running the show since then. That's why you're not wanting to stand up in visibility. That's why you feel sales are icky. That's why you're having trouble making your own money. I'm telling you, it's old. This was one of the most profound things I did for the women in business I rock with and for my business school. I also have things like the Soul Biz Lab. It's only $47 a month. And that is a 5-day spiritual business boot camp. It is badass. It is so much fun. I walk you through soul purpose all the way to crafting your business and getting it up and running. Let me see what she said. That one's only $47. Which one was the blocks? That's the embodied entrepreneur. So in the Soul Biz Lab, I also give you, there are 9 bonus calls in there. 9 bonus calls. Basically, every time I launch that every year, I add more work to it. So that's a bang for your buck, that one, right? But as in, for example, everything I've just said to you, plus loads of other containers, classes, and courses, it's all included in the business school. So you don't have to buy them all individually. You can just come in. And hey, if you want to try Daydream out for 6 months, come in, get the mentorship with me, right? Take all the classes, take what you want, see what 6 months does, see what a year does. If you want a private session with me, you can add on 1 private session with me a month in Daydream, and you get everything I just said, plus 1 private with me a month for $250 a month. So it's a really good deal. You could also just set up your own container with that if you want to do that for 6 months. 6 months of meeting with me to work with your strategy map and what you need to work on and where you're heading, right? And then I say, go watch that, go watch that. I also, for anyone who comes into the school, I buy you a human design report right away. You get a 28-page report specifically about you. And we teach a lot of astrology in the course. I have an astrologer that goes in there and teaches us about the planets and what they're doing and what that means for business. So she teaches us astrology per business. I have guest teachers in there. There's a lot. Okay. So I want to keep you in your ceremonial space. I want to move on so that you can go be with your business, baby. Let me see what we've got here. Which one for the box? I love that. What practical, strategic, soulful offerings? Yeah, it's so much fun. Thank you for the gifts you've inspired and the insights you received today. I am so happy for you. Sharon said, thank you for guiding me to embody the spirit of my business even deeper. I am so glad that you guys were on. And Nilka said, that was amazing. Thank you so much for your energy. I love your energy. Georgianne, I want a massage therapy. I was a massage therapist for 10 years. I continued with my healing gifts and intuition. Vanessa said, this is so incredible. I am so grateful to connect with all of you this morning. Thank you for sharing. Let me see what else. I love being on this call. You're beautiful. You all are so beautiful. Francesca said, thank you so much, Jayme. Appreciate your light in the world. Okay, all of you will get a replay email, and I'll put the links that I have in here. So I want to thank you all for truly being here and being part of this. You are not alone in your business. You are not guessing anymore, ladies. You are in partnership with the powerful consciousness that wants to work with you. The more you listen to it, the clearer everything becomes. So thank you for showing up today, and I can't wait to see what you and your businesses co-create next. Reach out to me. We can set up a private session if you want to talk deeper. You can hop into anything that you hop into, it shows up for you right away, and you can dive in today whenever I get this replay out. LOL. I'm going to go have my mastermind call and eat real quick before then. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate you, and let's do it. Bye.